Hey guys, I'm going to be doing another little reading from the Word, but before I get into it, I want to ask you guys two questions. First off, is there anything that you feel you can't live without? Second off, do you have a dream that you would sacrifice everything for? Now think about this for a second. Now, as you think, I want you to be honest. Is God the center of those desires? Is God the center of that dream? Whatever it may be. You might have ambitions to be a teacher. You might have ambitions to be a cowboy. You might have ambitions to be a welder, a lineman, whatever it may be. There's lots of things that you might have drives and desires for. It might just be ambitions to be a parent. But at the core of that, we need to make sure that our focus is on God. Today I'm going to be reading from Romans 1, and I'm going to be kind of talking on the topic of idolatry. And so here's a definition that I kind of stole from the NXT program, or it's just a leadership program that our church is doing right now. But a definition of idolatry right here is that idolatry is always the pursuit of self-fulfillment apart from God. Idolatry is always the reason that we ever do anything wrong. And it is when there is something besides Jesus Christ that you feel you must have to be happy, something that is more important to your heart than God, something that is enslaving the heart through inordinate desires. So the secret to change is always to identify the idols of our heart. I'm going to start reading in verse 20. If you guys will join me, it says that, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." When we look around us, there's a lot of bad in this world, but there's a lot of beautiful things in this world. And I think that you could say that it takes more faith not to believe in God when you look around and you see the animals and you see the way that the grass grows, and you see the way that trees grow, and you see the way that we can interact with each other, that there's different languages out there, that we can express our thoughts in ways that are clear to others. That's not a coincidence, folks. God is a designer, and he has a beautiful design in this world. And when we look around and we see these things that God made, it just glorifies who God is. And so when we can look around and see these things, at the end of this verse, it says that so they are without excuse. When we realize the good that God has in this world, we realize that there's something out there that's bigger than ourselves, then we're without excuse for not giving God the center of our heart that he clearly deserves. As we get to verse 21, it says that because they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. It doesn't say that they didn't know God. It says that they did know God. When we tune in, folks, there's a lot of us that I think that we have the knowledge that there is a God out there. We will admit that we believe in God, or there are a lot of people will say that they believe that there's something else out there. But the God of the Bible, he's more than just belief. He's transformation, guys. He has to be number one in your hearts, number one in your lives. When we read in the Bible, we can look at James, and it says that you believe, you do well, but even the demons believe, and that they tremble at the name of God. And so it's telling us right there that belief isn't what does it. Belief is big, but it's not what does it. I mean, Satan himself believed in God. And so if you just believe in and there's no action coming from it, you might want to just double check yourself. We also look through in the Gospel of Mark, when Jesus, before he kind of kicks off his ministry, he's going around, that when he comes into a town, that the demons know that he's the Son of God, and that they don't want to be around him. And Jesus even kind of quiets the demons and says, "Don't tell them who I am." And so if the demons that are walking around and possessing people can instantly tell who the Son of God is, and they recognize Jesus Christ and all his power, that shows us that it's not just about belief, that it's about that change. It's about following him, being faithful to our Lord. And I just want to encourage you guys to do that. We all have our own different desires and our different things that we like, things that we love, but I just want you guys to, throughout whatever you're doing, to make sure that God is the center of your life. That whatever it is, if you're teaching, that when you teach, that you allow people to know that you're a believer of God, that you're not ashamed of your faith. If you're a coworker, that you just love others around you, even when you don't get along with them or agree with all of their points, that you'll hear them out and that you'll be kind to all people. There's different things that we can do all throughout our day to let people know who we follow. And I just want to encourage you guys not to get so caught up in what you're striving for that you lose point of what really matters, and that's God. And I just pray that he can be the center of your lives. And if he's not, I ask that you'll make him so today. Thank you guys. God bless.